Kal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakah Kodash, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Shalom. Double honors to the elders of GMS, Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect out there. Shalom to the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. Greeting. Shalom. We call ourselves the hopeful elect because we do not know who the elect is. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 8. Therefore, hear now this, thou art. Slakia. Thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, your mind. Going to the Hebrews, going to lead you back to love, your mind. In thine mind, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures. America is given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 10. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that dwell, that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls, and having neither bars nor gates. So, I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, that are at rest. Who could this be referring to? Dwells carelessly. That sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. That sounds like a superpower right here, a world superpower. Mexico wouldn't say this, I am and none else beside me. So, thou that are given to pleasure, that dwells carelessly. Who could this be referring to? America, USA, Babylon. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. These Edomites rule over America. The pride of these Edomites written in the book of Obadiah. I shall not sit as a widow. Revelation chapter 17, verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Who was this woman? America, USA. So Revelation 17, a woman. Isaiah 47, a widow. A man cannot be a widow, but a woman can be a widow. I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these 2 things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection. In their perfection. For the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem, that have fought against the Israelites. Jerusalem can be a place. Jerusalem can be a people, as well as in the scriptures. A people instead of a place. A people before it's a place. That's what Jerusalem's being right here as well. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What's something that could do this? the ICBM, Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, nuclear missile. And they are going to do this. Alright, I got a thing here from Manatazak Ban Yamyan. Yeah, Manatazak Ban Yamyan. Said it correctly. Alright, it's going to get a bit graphic.
And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. At the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake,
It's about to get graphic, just to let you know.
slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. So while they're still standing, their skin is going to be burnt, melted away. Their eyes shall consume away in their holes. Their eyes will be burnt, melted away in their holes. In their holes. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Burnt, melted away in their mouth. Paragraph 14:12 in the Blue Letter Bible. Shall consume away.
Strong's H 4743. Macaque.
To decay, pine away. It says rot, but you know it's not going to be sitting there breaking down. When the nuclear missiles come, dissolve, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Strong's H 2356. Chor.
Hole, the eye holes. Oh man, that's brutal. It's not like it fell out, then it's consumed away. It's still consuming while the skull hole is there. Insane. And their eyes shall consume away, and the skull's hole. You know, for the eye. Here, Google AI overview. The eye socket, also known as the orbit, is the hole in the skull that houses the eye. Their flesh shall dissolve away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their eye sockets, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. That is horrific. The Heavenly Father is known as what? The King of Terrors. Read about that in the book of Job. Ezekiel chapter 22 verse 17. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, the house of Israel is to me become dross. All they are brass and tin and iron and lead in the midst of the furnace. They are even the dross of silver. What is dross? This guy? Dross is a mass of solid impurities floating on a molten metal or dispersed in the metal, such as in wrought iron. It forms on the surface of low melting point metals such as tin, lead, zinc, or aluminum or alloys by oxidation of the metal. So dross is a impurity. It's a waste product. Something you get rid of. And who could be dross in the house of Israel? Think about it. 2/3 therein shall be cut off and die. The 2/3 of Israel is to be cut off and die. They are the dross. Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. but the third shall be left therein. 2/3 in America of the house of Israel is going to die. They are dross. They are to be disposed of. Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai is going to do this, not us. We are to live peaceably with all men, as Apostle Paul wrote about. This warfare that we're in now is spiritual, not carnal. Scripture talks about, cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Well, spiritual sword is what we are doing now. Cursed be he that keepeth back his spiritual sword from blood. Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 29. Is not my word like as a fire, saith Yahweh, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace. Into the midst of the furnace. To blow the fire upon it, so to melt it. It's like it says to melt it. So will I gather you in mine anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Go into the word melt and melt.
Strong's H 5413. Nathach. Nathach.
To pour out or forth, drop or rain. Be poured out, be melted, be molten. In order to pour something out, what it must be? It must be liquefied. Because you can't pour people out without liquefying somebody. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. That's some wrath right there, righteous wrath. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5. The just Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Going to that word there for just is referring to righteous, true. The righteous Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Yahweh Bashim Ashai will not do iniquity. The judgments that go forth and go out on men, women, children, young babies are righteous, true judgments, no matter what age they are. Job chapter 4 verse 7. Job chapter 4 verse 7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off, whoever died being innocent. Read Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31. Yahushua spoke about, fear not them which kill the body but are not able to kill the soul, but fear them which destroy both soul and body in hell. A sparrow cannot even fall without your Father. The very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. The soul and body is both where? On earth. The place of judgment is under the sun, as the scriptures talk about, not everlasting hell, as the fable of the Christian dogma. Under the sun is the place of judgment. That is where both soul and body are, on earth. The place where you play out your judgment. Thus proving ain't no everlasting hell. Yea, I will gather you and blow upon you in the fire of my wrath, in the fire of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai's wrath. The 2/3 are going to get blown upon. And what's going to happen to them when they get blown upon in the fire of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai's wrath? What's going to happen to them when that happens to them? They're going to be melted in the midst of it. 2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? Habakkuk chapter 3 verse 1. A prayer of Habakkuk the prophet upon Shigin Onoth. How do you pronounce it? O Yahweh, I have heard thy speech, and was afraid. Salakia. It says, O Yahweh, revive thy work in the midst of the years. The midst of the years make known. In wrath, remember mercy. In wrath, remember mercy. It's a good prayer to pray. Yahweh Shai is going to, in wrath, have mercy on whom? His elect. And those whole tribes of Israel, which are scattered abroad the earth. However, the greatest deliverance is going to take place in America, the north country. Pursuant to the scriptures, no longer shall they talk about that brought them out of Egypt. Let's bring that out. But before, Matthew chapter 24, verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So you see the elect are scattered across the world. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11, knowing therefore the terror of the law, which persuade men, but we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and our trust also are made manifest in your consciousness. So God, Yahweh. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. In ancient Israel, ancient Egypt, who got delivered out of Egypt? All the Israelites. But in times of delivery now, who's going to get delivered? The elect sons of Israel. And the elect women will be delivered with the elect sons of Israel. And any elect children will be delivered with the elect sons and women of Israel. But Yahweh liveth that brought up the sons of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Great deliverance is going to take place from America. In a moment, in one day. Revelation chapter 18, verse 16. Go to verse 15. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships, and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. In 1 hour, America is going to be taken down and destroyed. In a moment, in one day, in 1 hour. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, None seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, the mind, I am, and none else beside me. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, None seeth me. Means the same thing, but it says seeth. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark. And they say, Who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, None seeth me. These Edomites, they rule America. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge. Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge. This knowledge this man has hath buffeted him up. It hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, thy mind, I am, none else beside me. All this knowledge these Edomites got, it hath perverted thee. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have, it says, knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. Knowledge puffeth up. So when guys come into this knowledge, this truth, they get all this wisdom and knowledge in the scriptures, it can puff them up and they get filled with pride and then they get taken down. Part of the things that Yahweh hates is a prideful look. Read about that in the book of Proverbs. These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. Read about that in the book of Proverbs. These 6 things Yahweh hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. So, when guys, use the example I just said, they get puffed up, they can get taken down. Now, the knowledge that Esau has gotten, like with his science and all that, outside of this knowledge and this truth, it hath buffeted him up. Verse 11, therefore shall evil, bad times, come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Yahushua is going to come back. It's going to be suddenly. Matthew chapter 24, verse 27. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. The Son of Man who's who? Yahushua. He's a red letter. Where's it be Yahushua? No man knows. No one knows when Yahushua is coming back. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Suddenly, Yahushua is going to come back. Take this man out the power seat. Yahushua is coming back with all the holy angels. It's written about in the scriptures. Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, it says. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? What does Lucifer mean? It means light bearer. You're in the cave in the dark, pull a flashlight, you are now bearing light, that flashlight. You are now Lucifer. So that's going into these Illuminati. The Illuminati goes into illuminated ones, these Edomites, these elites of Esau, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the elites of Esau, son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? And when this man is taking out his power seat, when Lucifer, these elites of Esau are taking out the power seat, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Satan means what? If you go into the Blue Letter Bible, adversary. I beheld the adversary as lightning. Who is the adversary? Who is the adversary that controls the world? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. It's the book of Job, chapter 9. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He is the adversary. And who is that adversary? Who controls the world? The so-called white man, the Edomites. I beheld Satan, these Edomites, these elites of Esau, as lightning fall from heaven. Because the so-called white man rules the world out of the so-called white man that has power over the world. Who is that? The elites of Esau. So it's your everyday average, because they have power over your everyday average Joe Edomite. But the heads of Esau, the elite of Esau, is the ones that run the world, not your everyday average Edomite. Now, you still got such a thing as white privilege, and your everyday average Joe Edomite, if they lie, they might be get away with certain things and stuff. But who runs the world? The elites of Esau, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers. So they're going to be taking out the power seat like lightning fall from heaven. Lightning comes swift, bright, boom, thunder, ICBMs, quick, boom, light. Yahushua's going to collect all the holy angels. It's going to be suddenly. Esau's going to get ripped off the power seat. For as lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west. It's going to be how when Yahushua comes back. Fall from heaven, fall from his position of power that he's in. Heaven is also a condition planted upon earth, a condition of paradise. So Esau's in his heaven right now. These Edomites. So these Edomites, these Rothschilds are in their heaven now. These Oppenheimers, these elites of Esau. They're in their heaven right now. But they're going to fall from that power structure, that power seat. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Can you prevail, Esau, these Edomites? Can they prevail? Can you prevail, Esau? Do all your enchantments, all your witchcrafts, your magic, your sorceries, all that, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. America is a young country. Remember that. India is older than America, and so on and so forth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail. Can you get out of the judgment with your magic and sorceries, Esau? No, you cannot. It will be in vain. It will be in vain. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Let them do it to save you, Esau. Let's see if they can do it. Can they? Can they not? Well, we shall find out, shan't we? Because Esau, these Edomites, they've been doing this stuff. Going to councils.
Strong's H 6098. 8 Sa.
Counsel, advice, purpose. Alright, astrologers, stargazers, prognosticators.
Strong's H 3045. Yadeh.
Alright, in the Google.
Prognosticator.
A person who foretells or prophesies a future event. Sounds like some crystal ball madness. The left hand side with demons and stuff. Because better believe the Father controls the evil and the good and the evil. Read Isaiah 45 verse 7. Read Deuteronomy chapter 32 verses 39 to 41. And you can read 42. And read 1 Kings chapter 22 verses 18 to 23. The host of heaven, right hand and left hand. Left hand is where? That's Satan and all his angels and so on and so forth. Right hand side is where Yahushua is. The good side, the good angels, not the evil angels. In the book of Psalms, it talks about he sent evil angels among them. Heavenly Father sent evil angels among the Egyptians, ancient Egyptians. The Heavenly Father Yahweh sent evil angels amongst the ancient Egyptians. You can read about that in the Wisdom of Solomon in more detail. Those 3 days of darkness, evil angels were sent among them. If you didn't know, Wisdom of Solomon went into it more. Alright, what they might call that now, evil angels, is when in the Wisdom of Solomon, it said apparitions, which we may call ghosts nowadays. So, Acts chapter 7, verse 55. Prove right hand side is good side. But he, being full of the Holy Spirit, says ghost. This is Stephen, by the way. Reading behind more verses for the history. This is Stephen, by the way. Looked up steadfastly into heaven when he was being stoned. Stephen was being stoned. Looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai standing on the right hand of Yahweh. Yahweh Shai is good. If you do not know that, now you know. Yahweh Shai is good, not evil. So Yahweh Shai is on the good. So who will be on the left? The opposite of the good. Evil. That proves that. Proverbs 11, verse 1. A false balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. You got good, you got evil. It's balance. Hot and cold is balance. Right and left is balance. Verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before it. Malachi chapter 4, I believe it's verse 1. Let's see. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord. Yep. It is Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly, shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts. Hosts is going to armies, Yahweh of armies. That it shall leave them neither root nor branch. Neither root nor branch. There is no way they're going to come back from that. Neither root. Cut down a tree, leave roots. That the tree could sprout up from that stump. A tree could sprout up from that stump. No branch. You ain't going to be able to do no grafting. No, none of that. No cutting off branches and putting in the ground and growing stuff. None of that. They're going to be done. The wicked. All that do wickedly. The Edomites are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And you got wicked of Israel. You got wicked of the other nations. Select of the other nations, including Esau, Edom, will survive, though, to be thrown into captivity. Read Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth in the captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. What is captivity? Slavery. He that leadeth in the slavery shall go into slavery. Now, the modern day sword is the gun. You got a lot of other weapons, though, but the modern day sword is the gun. Missiles are swords, too. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the elect. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12 is going to take place also in America. And the land of Israel. And the land of Israel is going to be purified by fire. Fire. Exodus 21, verse 16. And the law. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Did not Esau these Edomites? Think about it. When Esau, these Edomites, was kidnapping Israelites, bringing them over on transatlantic slave trade, and wherever else it was kidnapping them. Think about that. So all that kidnapping these Edomites have done, according to the law, kidnapping is... You see it on screen, and I just read about it. Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood, it defileth the land. Murder, it defileth the land. Because blood is going into murder. It defileth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So murder cannot be cleansed except by the blood of him that shed it. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood of the murder that is shed, but by the blood, by the killing of the murderer that shed it. So the murderer must be put to death. So when Yahushua comes back, he's going to be doing that. What we have to do now, though, is live peaceably with all men. When Yahushua come back with all the holy angels, then those laws can take place and will be taking place. However, we are to live peaceably with all men. Romans chapter 12, verse 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. We are not to avenge ourselves. We are to live peaceably with all men. If your neighbor is an Edomite, you are to live peaceably with all men. But rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. So it is recommended, if you see an neighbor, an Edomite, you may wave hi and goodbye. That's what's recommended. And leave it at that. So if you go into work driving, police pull you over, and you're an Edomite, live peaceably. You say hello, officer, so on and so forth. Whatever is polite where you live. Or there could be an even better word to address the officer. You live peaceably with all men. I am not saying to be violent. I am saying to be peaceful. This warfare that we are in is spiritual, not carnal. We are in spiritual warfare, not carnal warfare. Ephesians chapter 6, start at verse 10. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. No man cometh to the Father but by me. Read about that, Yahushai. He spoke about that. Yahushai is the mediator, the go-between. We cannot go to the Father directly. We have to come in the name of Yahushai, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. The wiles of the devil. Go into the word wiles.
Strong's G 3180. Methodiah.
Cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery. Trickery of the devil. Esau will use cunningly devised things to try and get you to fall out the truth. He will use cunningly devised fables. Cunningly devised fables. Esau will try and use that to get you out the truth. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 16. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables, where we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. Different methods of the devil. Different methods of these Edomites. Different methods of the so-called white man. Try and use against you in the truth. And key word, so-called white man. Read Jeremiah, Slakia, Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. Esau came out all over red like a hairy garment. Not that he came out all over with a beard and hair, like the Louis the Dictator, but the Israelites was comparing and contrasting them, because they would dye an animal skin red. Esau came out all over red like an hairy garment. And Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 9, speckled but Israelites, Israelites that look like the other nations. So Yep, Israelites that look like the so-called white man. Now back to the thing. Different methods that these devils would try and use to get you out the truth. You may try and have drones to try and fool you into thinking, well, the chariots weren't real. What you saw were drones, when indeed you did see the chariots of Israel. The chariots, what the world calls UFOs or UAPs, written about in the scriptures as chariots of Israel. The chariots, also known as clouds in the scriptures as well in certain places. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. He goes on, our warfare is spiritual, not carnal. I am not condoning any violence. I am saying live peaceably with all men. When Yahweh shall come back with all the holy angels, then these two will take place. Exodus 21 and verse 16, and Numbers 35 verse 33. Right now, we live peaceably with all men. Matthew chapter 25 verse 31, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Now shall come back on the holy angels. And read 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Talks about the coming of Yahushai. And Isaiah chapter 63. In the beginning of Isaiah 63, talks about the coming of Yahushai. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verses 1 to 11, talk about Yahushai with the chariot. Isaiah chapter 63, verses 1 to 4, talks about when Yahushai comes back, also with the chariot. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So, Yahweh Shemashai will, this teaching was edifying to the elect of Yahushai, to the flock. It was green pastures meaning 100% truth. Hold fast that which is good. Hold on to those green pastures, 100% truth. Let no man steal your crown. Let no man take away salvation from you, because if you lose your crown, you lose salvation. Yahushua is literally going to be crowned elect man when he comes back. That's written about 2nd Esdras. All the laws, statutes, commandments, and best abilities. However, we are not going to keep all the laws, statutes, commandments in captivity. And we are in these sinful bodies. We will sin every day. Read Judges chapter 5, verse 11. Rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your abilities. The ones that we keep. Yahushua was the ultimate sacrifice. We no longer do sacrifices for sin. Obviously, the laws that we do keep. We no longer do a law sacrifice. Yahushua was the ultimate sacrifice. For by grace are you saved through faith, and that not of yourselves is the gift of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, not of works, lest any man should boast. Written about in the book of Ephesians. For by grace are you saved through faith, not the laws, the statutes, commandments. You do follow to the best of your abilities, though. Do we make then void the law through this faith? No. Yea, we establish the law, as Apostle Paul wrote about. So, I am not saying for you brothers and sisters, and even children, I am not condoning you to go out there and be violent. I'm saying live peaceably with all men. With that, Shalom. Kal Halal, Yahweh, B'Hasham, Yahushai, B'Hasham, Rakal Kodash, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai. Shalom. Double honor to the elders of GMS, great Muslim. Shalom.